Hello the internet, it's Claire from the Pony World Vlogs, and today I bring to you my very own life story in the form of those popular Draw My Life video things that everyone does. My drawing skills aren't the best, but I hope you enjoy learning a little bit about me and my lovely family. I was born on January 22nd, 1989. It was a beautiful Sunday afternoon according to my parents, and I'd like to believe it considering that the country I was born and raised in is Pony World, and it's such a beautiful place. However, it was actually very rainy that day, so was it really that beautiful out? I of course don't remember a whole lot of what I was like as a baby, but according to my parents, I was pretty quiet and I didn't fuss too much. Lucky them. Growing up in Pony World was awesome. I typically spent my time playing outside with my neighborhood friends, and whenever I wasn't, I was usually inside playing with my dolls. My favorite thing to do, however, was play outside. The outdoors has so much to offer, and when you have great friends to enjoy it with, it's even better in my opinion. I was lucky enough to meet some of the most fantastic friends ever, many that I still know over 20 years later. As the years went on, the small family that I've known to be my mother, father, and I grew. I was blessed with two lovely sisters, Laura and Daisy. Laura was always my sporty little sister who always stuck up for me, despite the fact that she was my little sister. Daisy was always spunky and outgoing. I've always admired how bright and bubbly she was. She was always so positive, and to this day, she still is. As the years went on, my sisters and I always stuck together. We defended each other, cared for each other, and always tried to spend as much time with each other as possible. Besides, we were sisters. Sisters are supposed to support each other and be there for one another. In high school, I participated in several different clubs. My favorites were the photography club and the journalism club. I love to take pictures and I love to write, so these were perfect for me. I love to express my creativity even to this day. My sisters were both big fans of the cooking clubs. Laura has always loved to cook and Daisy has always loved to bake. Me, however, not so much. That is why you typically see my sisters cook the big meals in vlogs, not me. I risk burning down the house whenever I cook big meals. I'm serious. In high school, I made more awesome friends, and I was lucky enough to go to school with many of the same neighborhood friends I told you about earlier. One of those neighborhood friends in particular was this guy named Daniel. Daniel was this tall dude with honey blonde hair and blue eyes. As kids, we didn't talk too much, but he did come to play with my friends and I from time to time since he lived right down the street from me. We lost touch until science class in junior year. We started to talk again, and I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty cute, so I was glad to talk to him again. As the years went on, we became close friends. Daniel was always there to put a smile on my face and make me laugh when I needed it. He was a big goofball. Our friendship was a nice balance. I was the normal one, and well, he was the weird one. However, he always helped me out with my science work, which I was terrible at, so he's a smart guy at least. We kept in touch after junior year and continued to be friends during our very last year of high school, senior year. However, things took a turn. Daniel asked me to be his date to the senior prom, and I said yes. He even asked me to be his girlfriend that night. I know, it all seems too good to be true, like something you see in a movie, but it really did happen. We both moved on to college and continued dating. Daniel was studying sports-related stuff, and I was studying fashion design along with my sister Laura. The decision to join the fashion industry came about sort of last minute. I was originally planning on studying graphics design, but I decided to study fashion instead since I was skilled in sewing thanks to my mother, and I've always loved to design my own things. College in Pony World is a little bit different in that it's much shorter than elsewhere. College here only lasts a few years, thank goodness. After graduating from college with a bachelor's degree in fashion design, I quickly began my journey in joining the fashion industry. I started an internship at a fashion magazine company that I was lucky enough to join, since my mother was friends with the owner. My sister Laura also got her degree in fashion design and interned there right by my side. We were great work buddies. Our internship lasted 3 months before we were given jobs there. Yay, money! Years went on and Laura and I were still working at the fashion company. One day, Laura came to me and asked my opinion on her going back to school to study culinary arts. She said that as much as she loved fashion, she still did always enjoy cooking and wanted to gain skills at it. I always admire how strong my sister was and how she was always confident when it came to trying new things, so I was all for it. I wanted her to be happy and able to do what she loves. Of course, college can be quite expensive. With the help of the money earned from the fashion job and help from our parents, Laura was able to pick up classes and attend schooling again. However, she wasn't going to be able to afford living alone, so she moved in with me at my apartment. From that point on, we would live together for years and years, which I was okay with. On July 10th, 2006, Daniel and I were blessed with our very first child, a girl. She was an itty-bitty baby with blonde hair and blue eyes. It was the moment she was born that my life changed. We decided to name our new bundle of joy Dolly Marie. We named her that because everyone who came to the hospital to visit her called her a doll. She really looked like one. Dolly was the light in our lives. She brought joy to every day that came and was an inspiration even to us adults. We were lucky enough to witness a young princess grow and grow each day. 2 years later, on November 2nd, 2008, we were blessed with yet another baby girl, Savannah Elaine. With brown hair and brown eyes, little did we know she would be one of the only brunettes in the household. She gets her brown hair and eyes from her grandmother's side of the family, aka my mother's. Savannah always seemed to be in a good mood. Despite her temper tantrums that she loved to throw from time to time, she spent a lot of her time laughing, smiling, and being silly. I absolutely love her energy. Unfortunately, Savannah was born with small health-related issues that meant lots of time spent at doctor's offices and hospitals. I felt so bad that such a small child would have to deal with that. It made me sad, but seeing her stay positive inspired me day by day. In 2012, Pony World was struck with a catastrophic rain and storm season that caused mudslides and overall damage. Many families were forced to leave their homes and move elsewhere to get away from all the damage. Our family was one of them. Our childhood neighborhood wasn't the same. Our childhood home couldn't be used anymore. Nothing was the same. Our apartment was forced to be evacuated. We had to pack up everything and leave. That was hard. To leave the area I lived in for a big portion of my life was hard. We had to move to a different apartment and attempt to rebuild our lives in a new home. It was in 2014 that I decided to take a shot at vlogging for YouTube. I figured our life right now is so filled with events and moments, why not show it to the world? So I picked up the camera and uploaded our first vlog. I wasn't expecting anyone to watch them, but to my surprise, people did. Despite all that had happened the past few years, we were still gonna keep life going. Daniel and I decided to finally get married on November 1st, 2014. Despite the hardships we had to face, we all tried our hardest to keep our heads held high. While the areas in Pony World that were damaged were working to rebuild, we were looking to move. Again. We searched around in hopes of us finding a home that we could buy. Our household was getting larger with having me, Daniel, the 2 girlies, Laura, and her 3 kids in the house. We were lucky enough to find a home available for purchase, so we put all of our life savings into it and bought it. In December of 2014, we bought our very first home. A year later, on March 14th, 2015, we were blessed with our very first baby boy, Tyson Joel. Oh, what a joy the time was. Tyson was also our first baby to be vlogged on our YouTube channel. Were you here when that happened? In late October of 2016, we moved yet again. That home is the one we're currently living in and the one we will hopefully stay in for many years to come. Moving on, we had yet another baby on October 29th, 2016. A cutie patootie with hair as gold as it could be, Amelia Rose was the final piece to our family's puzzle. Our family is complete. Life was moving fast, and I'm glad the subscribers of our YouTube channel were by our side to experience it with us. We love you all. In December of 2017, my sister, along with her husband and kids, moved out. It was a decision that both of our families made, and as much as I miss them each and every day, I'm happy that they are now able to experience living in their very own home for the first time. Luckily, they don't live too far away. Of course, time is still going on, and my life will continue to change as the years go on. Whatever happens, I'm so glad to have you all with me. I thank you for listening to a little story of my family and I. I hope you all learned a thing or two about who I am as a person. Life is a journey, with problems to solve, lessons to learn, but most of all, experiences to enjoy. Yes, I found that quote on Google.